Hello and welcome back to our lovely Merseybeat video channel, right here in the heart of Liverpool, in the shadow of John Lennon's old school.
That always makes me laugh now.
Which is over there. I just wanted to do a little thing to camera, Kath, to ask you a question about growing stuff without soil.
Oh, right, okay.
What do you think about growing stuff without soil?
What, are you asking me or the viewers?
No, I'm asking you.
You're asking me hydroponics, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's good.
It's good.
Because we've been using an aero garden for many years, haven't we?
We have.
Is that what you want referring to?
Yeah, I'm referring to the we got sent a few weeks ago. We got sent a hydroponic growing system from iDOO. Never heard of iDOO before, but what I wanted to do is just talk to you about hydroponics.
Well, I think when we've grown chilies, and we started off chilies and tomatoes in our own one before this arrived. Ours is a small area garden, isn't it?
Yes.
It goes back a good few years. And whenever you grow chilies or peppers or basil or herbs or tomatoes, they're always far bigger than they are if you just start them off in soil. And the root systems are really heavily developed, and the plant, I mean, we did some earlier in the year, didn't we, where the plant, I think it was a pepper plant, was huge that came out the area garden, and we did a little trial run and a test, and the smaller one, which was grown in soil, was probably about the third of the size. They both survived well, but one's a much bigger, more productive plant than the other. So it seems to have some kind of impact.
A few days ago I did a little unboxing of this aero garden, and I made a little film about it, so I thought I'll like to show you that, and then you can see how it works and how I set it up, kind of thing. Is that all right? Okay, so I'll show you that
now.
Okay, yes, we're here. It's all set up. I think you've seen how easy it is to set this thing up. It's quite a simple construction. It's an iDOO Hydroponic system, and it's got a model number on. I'll put the model number up here somewhere. Very catchy model number, as you should imagine it to be. So we're going to have a look now at exactly what you get for your money when you're buying something like this. I'm very pleased that iDOO have sent it out to us to review and to look at. For many years we've been doing hydroponic gardening, and if you want to look back on the playlist, you'll see the other stuff that I've done. I've done a few things about it. For many years we've been using this aero garden by Miracle Grow, which is you can see it's probably about half the size of the one they've sent us here. And again, it's a hydroponic system, grows stuff without soil. So we've been using that for many years and we've had great results from it. It's been brilliant. I love hydroponics. It's a great way to garden. It comes into its own really in the winter months when you want to get your gardening fix, but it's cold and it's not really conducive to going outside and gardening. Plus, it's very difficult to grow stuff in the cold. You need light and you need warmth and nutrients to bring on plants, and that's where these really come into their own. We wouldn't be without a grow system now for the winter. Not only does it grow stuff indoors and in a controlled environment, but you can have fresh greens on Christmas Day. Stuff like that are very difficult to get. Even if you've got a greenhouse, it's very difficult to get stuff on Christmas Day. So it's a great thing. And for those who think that it's a new thing, hydroponics, it's not. It actually, the first mention of hydroponic gardening or the paper that was written on hydroponic gardening goes back to 1627. It's a very old technology. And it's a simple technology. It's easy to understand. In fact, you could say it went back earlier than that. It went back to the Hanging Gardens of Babylon, and the Romans had a system of doing growing stuff using hydroponics as well. So it's not new to gardeners and mankind. It's been going for a long time. But companies have got on board with this and seen that there's opportunities here for them to produce things and for us to want to buy. It's a great way of doing it. So I'll just talk you through this iDOO. I've never heard of iDOO before they sent us this stuff, so this is all new to me. Now when you open it up and you put it all together, you open this bit here. These are the grow stations, and it's got 12 of them. If you compare that to the Aero Garden, we've only got 6 there, so that's double our crops already. So this is the water bowl here, which you basically fill with water, usually tap water, and I'll show you how to use that as well. I'm not going to actually set things up to grow in it this time. I think I'll do another video on that, but this is just to show you the outline of what you get when you open the box. So in here you'll find lots of things, and I've got them here. So you get this, which is basically something you're going to need, the mains lead. So that's the mains lead that'll plug into the mains, and you also get lots of these things, lots of these packets. Can you see them? Show you them. Loads of packets here. Optimistically, they've got happy gardening on. They don't want you to be unhappy when you're gardening. No, we don't want melancholic gardeners, do we? So you get loads of them. You also get a manual, which is in a lot of different languages, and colour photographs. Easy to understand. And you get instructions on the instruction buttons on the top of here. I'll show you them in a minute. So it tells you about various modes and stuff and how to plant up. It's a quick start guide, I suppose you'd call that. Also you get this, which let's open this and see what's in here. So there you go. Plant food, A and B. They're in crystal formulas. which is significantly different to other ways of hydroponic gardening. The aero garden has one liquid thing, and you just measure it out just like you do feed, and you put it in the tray. This is two systems. There is a reason why there's an A and a B, and that's because this is based upon commercial hydroponic gardening, and you have to mix them separately. So you add water to these and water to them and give it a good shake, and then you add a capful of this and a capful of that. Now, the reason that separated them out is that some of the nutrients and the molecules, if they're mixed together at the same time, they tend to bind. They tend to bind together. So basically, whatever you're growing in the system does not benefit from the full range of nutrients that they need to grow. So that's why they're divided into A and B. There's loads of stuff in here that plants need. I'm not going to go through them all. I think you know that plants need certain things like iron and potassium and various things like that to grow. So it's all in there. They're the nutrients. So that's basically what you get. Oh, you also get a declaration of conformity, which you need. Do you really need that? Well, some people do. So, okay, that's what you get. Now, I've loosely put this together, and you've got, I'll just explain the parts to you. You've got the top here, which is basically the light hood, and I've just clicked this on. I'll just show you this. Loosely clicked it on, and I'll take it off. There we go. That's got over 115 LED lights on there. And what I think I'll do is I'll plug that in to show you, because I couldn't do it unless it's plugged in. So it's got two sockets here, one there and one there. I plug it into there, and that it comes on there, the power's on. So if I just do that, there we go, it's on and it's off again. See? Okay. And it's got different variations of light. You can see, can you see that? It's also got a little fan in the middle here, which you can control at the back. Just touch sensitive they are, actually. Can you hear that? There's a little fan which gives the plants some air. It moves the air around basically, and that's it. And that sits on the top. I'll just put that on here. So that's one of the essential ingredients for hydroponic gardening. The other, well, it's water, obviously, which I'm not going to fill it up today, quite simply because I'm not intending on growing anything until probably the autumn time. And I'm going to put this in the back bedroom, where it's a perfect place for it. So we don't need natural daylight to grow anything here. We just need the light here and the water in here. It's all self-contained system. Now, it's got no thermostatic control, which means that it will grow stuff, but only at the room temperature. So if you put it in a freezing cellar, it's, you know, obviously cold liking plants such as lettuce and mustards and stuff like that will do fine, okay? But don't try growing chili peppers and tomatoes and stuff like that, because that won't work. It takes its warmth from the ambient temperature in the room. The thing has a number of settings on the top here, and it changes. The light settings change, if you can see that. I'm not sure if you can see that, but it's got red, blue and white light. And the settings are for vegetables, which is that one, and fruit and flowers. There's not much difference between the two of them. They're kind of like, I don't really know what that, what the benefits of that are, but it has an on and off system. So once you start it, it goes through a cycle of 15 hours with the lights on. You can turn the lights off at any time, by the way, but it gives you a cycle where they will automatically come on again. When you're growing things hydroponically, plants need a natural rest period, so they need hours of darkness. You don't need the lights to be on 24 hours a day. Also low energy. This is a low energy system. These LED lights take up pennies, so don't worry about your electricity bills. I know we all should be worried about our electricity bills these days, but this it doesn't use that much electricity. So I'm just going to walk you through the happy gardening bags here. So let's have a look what's inside of these. Nicely tear open. In this one, you can see these things. And these are basically grow cradles. Grow cradles, they're called. So they're like little cradles. And I'll show you how they work now. So in another bag here, we've got happy gardening. And in here, you will find these, which are grow sponges. I suppose they're grow sponges. I think these are, well, I know that the aero gardens used to use real sponge, you know, sea sponge, which isn't very environmentally friendly. I think these are made from tree bark and various things like that. They're quite soft. They substitute for soil, so there's no nutrients in them, but what their job is really is to hold the seeds as you're planting them. You don't get any seeds with this. You can grow basically what you want. So there's a little hole there where you put your seeds. So you put your seeds in here. They go in there like that. And it's probably better actually to soak these sponges before you actually plant seeds in them, because otherwise they tend to float when you put them in here. So imagine that they go in there like that. And then another one goes in, another one goes in, another one goes in, another one goes in, etc., etc., until you filled it up, basically. There. See there? Okay. I've left a few empty, and I'll show you for why. Because in another of these happy gardening bags, you get these things. To show you this. Can you see them little discs? Okay. So you don't use that. You don't have to use every single station here. You can actually take that one out, and you can put that there. And you can maybe take that one out. Or no, I'll take that one out. Put that at the back, and put that there. So you can grow less. Now the reason you put these covers on here is because you've got water underneath, and you don't want that water turning green with algae because of the lights. You also need to keep the roots dark because it helps for healthier plants. Inside here there is a pump, by the way, a water pump that aerates the water, and that does that on a cycle. So it aerates the water and keeps it nice and fresh. So everything is here for you to do. These are really easy systems to grow by. Just imagine that this is in a controlled environment. It's in a back bedroom, or it's in a spare room, anywhere. It doesn't have to be on a windowsill, it doesn't have to be in direct sun, but it's a controlled environment that you can grow fantastic, and we've had great results out of some of these. It's been really good. You also get Happy Gardening. Happy Gardening, and we get these kind of things. Which I have nicknamed grow domes. Grow domes. So when you've got your seedlings in here, so imagine a seedling being in there now, you can put one of these over, and that will act like a little mini greenhouse, and it will go on there like that. See? And you can put these over all your little plants, grow domes, and that will give like a nice moist and gentle warmth environment for your little seedlings. So when they grow to the top of the dome, you can take them off and you can save them for the next planting regime. Little grow domes, they're very useful, they are, and we always use them in our gardening. Now, another thing here, Happy Gardening. Another thing is these. See them? Little name tags. You may want to grow more than one variety of plant in here. You may want to grow different types of lettuces. You may want to grow different mustards, different types of chili peppers, perhaps in the summer months. Different varieties. So you'll want to know where you planted them in this system. So you can actually stick these in here. Not very well. I'm not sure whether these are designed for these actually, but you can actually stick them in. There we go. So we can stick these in here and we'll know exactly what's growing at each different station, if that makes sense. Just write on in pencil or something that you can wipe off, and there you go. So that's the whole of the system. Now, I forgot to say this little thing here. Let me just show you. I'll just pop this out. Oh, it goes like that. There we go, clever. That's a little a thing to refill your water, a little watering can, which I don't think I've got here at the moment. Little watering can to refill your water once the level goes down, because as the plants grow, they need more water and you need to top it up every so often. So that's that. What else do I need to talk about now? Yes. Okay. There's a number of ways you can use this system that they don't tell you about in the manual. Right? This actually goes up and down. Okay, so that's adjustable, that hood. So you don't have to grow things hydroponically. You can just plug this in here, and it has another lead here, by the way, for the motor, right? And it recommends that goes in there, but I'm not going to plug it in now because it recommends that you don't plug the motor in without water, because it won't do it any good, basically. So that goes in there. That's for the water pump in here. Now, you've got the light plugged into the mains there, so you can just not plug that in. It would be better if they had a switch here where you could switch off the water pump if you wanted, but you can just use it as a grow light. So you can just put little pots on here, and that's what I did a few weeks ago. I had little chilies and I put little pots on here, so we could do that, which is perfect as a grow light. So yeah, you can just cover up all these holes and just place miniature pots on here and just have the seedlings coming up in conventional little pots of soil, which is a perfect way of using it. It's not the way they say in the manual, but for us it's great because not only you don't always want to do hydroponics. You may have some seedlings that just need a bit of extra care, especially, you know, things like tomatoes and peppers towards the end of the germination period and before the weather starts warming up, perhaps in March or April, and you just want to sit them on here just to get a bit of them extra daylight hours, because that's when you've actually grown these from seed, and that you actually want them to go on a bit and then plant them out in the ground. You can also use this to actually grow things on, so you can start things off in here, and then you can obviously transfer them onto the allotment, onto the plot. They don't have to grow in here for their entire life cycle. So for instance, we've grown tomatoes in these and peppers, and then put them out in the greenhouse when they get to such and such a size. You don't have to have them fruiting in here. There's certain things you can't grow in here, by the way, and I wouldn't even try to grow things like carrots and root vegetables, and I wouldn't try and put a little potato in there because that wouldn't work, or, you know, parsnips. No, stuff like that is not going to happen. Also, don't try squashes and Bolivian peppers and things that are rambling, otherwise you'll run out of space. So they have to be really things like cut and come again vegetables, lettuces. You can grow chilies in here. Chilies do very well in hydroponic gardenings. You can grow various things like tomatoes, miniature tomato plants. You know, the patio tomato plants. You can actually grow in these as well. There are a lot of things you can try to grow. And people, if you have a look online, you will find forums about growing stuff hydroponically, and they've grown all kinds of stuff in there, and they look great. And they have many different systems as well. Some incredible systems out there, people. It's an incredible gardening phenomenon, this hydroponic gardening. There are hidden costs, right? I'll just give you a little hack on this, because some of the things that you have to replenish on these are these sponges, right? These hydroponic sponges, happy gardening sponges from iDOO. Now they can work out quite expensive, right? So it makes it a bit of a, when you think about gardening, it should be a cheap hobby, really. You shouldn't have to pay out a lot, but these sponges and stuff you have to replace, because you can't use them again. Once once your plant has grown, the roots come all the way through. You can't detach the roots from the sponge, because that's it becomes part of the plant then, and so you have to sacrifice that. Plus it's biodegradable, so it doesn't matter. But it does to you as far as cost concerned, because you can get half a dozen of them, and they could cost you in the region of, I've seen them for about £15 for about 12 or 15 of them. £15, that's £1 a sponge. That's a lot of money. So what I found on eBay, actually, no, it wasn't, it was Amazon, with these grow sponges, and this is a pack of 80 sponges for about 12 quid, which is much better value. They're not the brand sponges that you get with the kit, but I'm just taking that out there, and I'm just going to compare it to the one you get in the kit, and they're virtually identical. See? And they're made from the same stuff. So yeah, that's a little hack for you. So it makes it cheaper and more affordable. I mean, we need to make these things affordable, don't we? We don't want to gardening to break the bank. We want to save ourselves money in growing food, and we want to grow good food. So that's the iDOO 12 station hydroponic system that they've graciously sent us to review. So I would say that this is a great system. It looks good. We have yet to try it, but I'll do another video in that and I'll see how we get on with that. We've had great success with our aero garden. So I'm looking forward to trying this out and seeing how we get on, and I'll do a little video come the autumn time, and we can take it from there. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll put you back to my former self on the plot. See ya. Bye bye.
So how did that go?
Well, it was good, wasn't it? I mean, it's twice as big as the aero garden that we've got at the moment.
It's got more segments, more growing pods. Yeah. How many growing pods has it got?
It's got 12 growing pods. Yeah. So, and
our initial one, our small one's got about what, 8?
No, 6.
6.
It's half the size.
Okay.
So, yeah, I hope you enjoyed that little video on the aero garden. Tell us what you think about it, and if you go to the link below the video, you'll get 10% off from iDOO.
iDOO.
iDOO are giving you 10% off if you go through that link. So it could be it's a really fun way to enjoy gardening, especially in the winter months.
Yeah, when you want winter greens.
Yeah, you want to get your gardening fix when the light levels are low and it's really cold outside, but you want fresh salad on Christmas Day and stuff like that.
It's classic for that.
It's superb for that.
Yeah.
So yeah,
and they're becoming more and more popular, aren't they?
Yeah, I'll give you the link to the iDOO website, etc., and where you can get them from. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that, and if you do, then leave a comment and subscribe to our channel and everything else you need to do.
Can't see.
For
Sun's in my eyes.
that.
Okay.
Yes.
Sorry, viewers.
Okay.
Can't see you.
Yep. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon with another video.
Bye.
Don't
for
forget
now.
to subscribe.
Click that link. Click that bell.
Ring the little bell. Okay. Thanks a lot. Bye.
Bye bye.